starting the day off with removing the side panels just to have a look behind them to see how bad the rust spots are. We wanted to fix all the rust spots before moving on with the conversion of the van, just to make sure that there's not going to be any big rust holes.
Sweet! The damage isn't too bad. Like, there are some spots, for example, you might not see it, but this spot is quite bad. You can especially see it from the inside. Same with the back. There are some spots that are quite bad.
So as soon as we removed the side panels, we started with using a steel brush to go down to the bare metal, all the rust spots that we could find, both in the car and outside the car. The spots inside the car was quite easy to brush down to the bare metal. There was not a big issue working on them, except for one big spot. It's quite heavily damaged, so I actually used the angle grinder in the end to cut off a lot of metal that was damaged. After we brushed down everything with the steel brush, we used rust remover, similar to Hammerite. We left it on for like 10 minutes, wiped it off and then brushed again. I tried to put paint on all the bare metal that I could find, both inside and outside the car. So as you can see here, I'm filling all the old holes with paint, just to cover any bare metal. The result is not the best, but it's not the worst either. So it's somewhere in between. But we got rid of a lot of the rust. Still a lot of dirt. So this is not rust, it's only dirt. The floor, there are a few spots here and there. See, we're not really good at this because it's dripping, but it will do its job. We then proceeded to use steel epoxy to fill in all the holes where the old workshop interior was fitted to the floor. It was quite messy to work with because it was very thin, but as soon as you got it into the hole, it just was hardening in like 20 minutes. Then you got a rock solid steel epoxy in all the holes and nothing could come through there. And where all the holes was going through beneath the car, we used undercarriage rust protection spray, which is like a bitumen-based anti-rust protection compound, which you're gonna use underneath the car. We then proceeded to put back the panels as we thought we were done, and we thought the result was good enough, but it wasn't. We came back from the city with some materials and we were gonna remove the side panels to fix a light, but when we did that, we noticed that a lot of the metal was ripped off together with the side panel. And we could also see that a lot of the rust was shining through the paint we just did a few days prior. After some googling, we understood that the work we had done was not even close to good. So we just had to redo it all and do it properly this time. And for the big hole that we had on the front left, and instead of welding on new metal, which neither of me and Lena can do, and we don't know anybody that could do it for us quickly, we decided to use polyester and fiberglass. From what I understood, it doesn't matter if you do it on this part, as long as it's just not gonna leak through water. And we also added some body filler on the places where we did find the material a bit thin, just to straighten it up a little bit, just to make it a tiny bit thicker. And instead of going directly with metallic spray, we used proper primer first. And after the primer we used real white spray that was color coded to the car, so actually everything was matching up, and I think the result was heaps better now than it was last time we did it.
Alright, paint is done. Is it the best job I ever done? Probably not. Will it do for now? Yeah, probably. It's probably better now than it was before, though it looks a bit tacky, maybe.
As you can see, the primer is almost shining through a little bit, but this is only behind the side panel, so it's not going to be shown anyway. It's also 2 layers of primer and 2 layers of paint on top of it, so protection should be good enough, way better than it was last time we did it. And same on the other side. Even the big hole we had, it looks a lot better now. And as mentioned earlier, the Mercedes Sprinter is prone to have leakage in the side panels, so to tackle that we used marine silicone on all the clips as well, because we don't want to have water pouring in through the clips and filling up the insulation with water. And there it is, final result. I am extremely happy with it this time compared to last time. You can't even tell that we have done something behind the side panels, and it just looks really nice and neat. Alright, if you like this, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content. Ciao!